like trash.
Well, if anybody ran into you, this is what they would see.
Oh well.
Hey everyone, it's Claire and Adam from Bent Arrow Acres. We're really excited about the start of Kokomo's Farmers Market season, so we decided to create this YouTube video to introduce ourselves and answer some of our frequently asked questions that we get at our farmers market booth. One of the first questions that is worth answering is who we are. So, like I said, we're Claire and Adam. When you're visiting us at Kokomo's Farmers Market, you'll probably see us there with our kids, Theo. Theo just turned 2 a couple weeks ago, and Savannah is 6 months. We live in Rushville, Indiana, and that is where we grow and produce all our food. Oftentimes I am asked who grows our food or where do we get it from. It's all from Howard County at our home in Rushville. Another question we get often is how our food is produced.
Yeah, all of our food is produced on pasture. We have currently egg layers, chickens which lay all of our eggs. We also have meat chickens, which are the chickens that we process for chicken breasts, chicken thighs, whole chickens, that type of thing. And then we also raise pigs. That's all your pork, your bratwurst, your pork shoulder, your pork chops, all those types of things. So all of those things are outside on pasture, on grass. And then this year, we are in the process of building fence and getting cattle, and we are going to raise all of that on grass. One of the other questions that we get a lot of times is what are your animals fed? And are your chickens supplemented with corn, or do your chickens eat corn, or do your pigs eat corn? And one of those questions that we get asked a lot is why. As far as chickens and pigs are both omnivores. They almost always get supplemented with corn, soy, wheat, and other grains. So we do feed our animals corn, soy, wheat. Um, our cattle, we will do 100% grass fed. That is our goal. So,
Is it non-GMO?
yes, all of our grain is certified non GMO. Um, our feed is certified by the Non GMO Project, which, if you haven't heard about that, you can look that up online, Google it, non GMO Project. So that is all of our feed for our pigs and our chickens.
Where can you get our products, Bent Arrow Acres products?
There's a lot of different places you can get our products. First and foremost, you can get it from the farm. Um, you can also get it from the Kokomo Downtown Farmers Market. We have an excellent relationship with local IGA grocery stores. Waddell's being the first and foremost, they carry our eggs, and also Schultz IGA in Frankfort. They also carry our eggs. And then lastly, we have a great relationship with MarketWagon.com. They are an online farmers market, and they carry all of our eggs, all of our meat, pork, chicken, and then they will also be carrying our vegetables.
We have some really neat bundles on Market Wagon right now. So there's a neat brunch bundle and then also a grillers pack. That's a lot of fun to get a little bit of a discount when you buy things in bulk. And then we get this question a lot, especially at the beginning of the market season, as people are new to the market and learning all about the different vendors and wanting to get to know us. But we are asked often, and we were just this past Saturday asked, why did you guys choose the name Bent Arrow Acres, or was it a farm that you inherited that already had the name Bent Arrow Acres? And no, it's a name that we came up with. We had a long laundry list of names going when we decided that farming was something we wanted to go into business with. There were many nights out here on this patio trying to figure out what we wanted to call this farm. And we finally settled on Bent Arrow Acres because it really paints the picture of who we are and what our story is. I'm a kid who was born in downtown Chicago, raised by two MBA parents, working in the business world for big brands like PepsiCo and Quaker Oats, and farming was never even like in my history of my family as something you could do for a career, nor was it taught to be that way in school for me, let alone were we told where our food came from. I basically grew up with the understanding that food came from the grocery store. So farming was something that was never expected to be in my future, and likewise, it wasn't something that Adam was expected to do either.
Yeah, I have a history of farming in my family. My grandfather farms, my uncle farms, and my cousin farm, but they all farm in Illinois. But as far as immediate family farming, my mom and dad definitely don't farm. I never grew up around animals. I never really grew up around growing my own food. So farming is definitely not something that I was brought up around. I went to Purdue for construction management. So that's how we came up with the name Bent Arrow. It's one of those things where a bent arrow, you never know where it's going to fly, and for us, we are a bent arrow. You never know what direction we're going to go.
Well, and I think it's nice to tell the story that you can be on a trajectory and be expected to do one thing, but it's totally okay to veer off course. And so maybe that doesn't mean that farming is your thing, but society even tells us the way we should be consuming food, and to be consuming food from a local grower like us or anybody else that you're going to meet at the farmers market is also living that Bent Arrow Acres mission, where you're veering off course, taking a different trajectory than you are expected to do, and doing something a little different. And so I think it's a really neat way to live life, and it's one of our core values, and that's why we chose the name Bent Arrow Acres, because you can always choose a new direction. Well, like we said, you can see us every week on Saturdays at Kokomo's Downtown's Farmers Market. There will be a couple weeks this summer that we do take off, but for the most part, we will be there every weekend. Feel free to ask us questions there. It will be happy to talk to you. In fact, we love to talk to you. Adam knows much more about the science behind everything we do, and I'd love to talk to you about how you're cooking and what you're cooking, and share recipes. Those are things that play to our strengths. And if you have any questions and you want to just ask us below, feel free. We'd love to connect with you here as well. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Organically grown ground. Am I answering too many questions?
No.
No.
You're saying about 100 times.
Well, okay. When you start talking, you can go. I'll make fun of yours.
That's fine.
Do you want me to start over?
You're saying
Yeah.